Welcome to week number 2 of JorjLim's question of the week. I am your host George Lim, thank you for stopping by. Now before we get into this week's question, I just want to head over to a place I want to call Comment Corner. Comment Corner is where we're going to be reviewing and reading all the answers and responses from last week's question. So, before we get on to this week's question, let's go over to Comment Corner. It's time for Comment Corner. Hello and welcome to Comment Corner. Comment Corner is where we'll be going every week to see the answers from last week's question of the week. Let's begin. Williker K0 says that Pulp Fiction is his favourite film. That's all he's left in the comment. Chrono434 says that he has 3 favourite films. Peter Pan, Galaxy Quest and A Knight's Tale. Robin Burns says that Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets is his favourite film. Raspberry Fairy Child has left 3 films, and she says Final Fantasy Advent Children is her favourite arty film, Rat Race is her favourite comedy, and A Walk to Remember seems to be her favourite romance film. Psychotic 6 says that Death Race is his favourite film. Barry the Observer says that it could be many different films. Superbad, Blues Brothers, Lord of the Rings, or Pulp Fiction. AFC BCFC Rule says that Lord of the Rings is his favourite film, and he's actually left them in 4 separate comments. He's left a big essay for me to read. So if you want to go read that, you can go read that over at last week's question, which will be linked over here. Hold Squire says that she has too many favourite films, but she has left the list: Toy Story, Up, School of Rock, Nightmare on Elm Street, Nightmare Before Christmas, American Werewolf in London, and Finding Nemo. That is it. Those are all the comments from last week's show, and I'm going to leave you now with a video comment from a friend of mine, XFFTL8MyHeartX. So I'm going to play that video comment now.
Hey George, I just want to do a quick little video response to your question of the week. The question of the week was, what is your favorite movie? Let me start off by saying this. I have way too many favorite movies. My number 1 favorite movie right now is The Proposal, because it has Ryan Reynolds in it, and he was freaking hilarious in it, and yeah, it was just a funny movie to me, and it was cute too. A couple other of my favorite movies are The Nightmare Before Christmas, as you can tell with the hat, I mean, come on. The Corpse Bride. That one kind of grew on me a little bit after a while, because I didn't really like it at first, but I do now. I like Moulin Rouge, Mamma Mia, Across the Universe, seeing a trend here, and Juno, 10 Things I Hate About You, 27 Dresses, Maid of Honor, Shaun of the Dead, and the last bit of my favorite movies is Pineapple Express. I would probably pick The Proposal, because I could probably see that like 5 bajillion times before I would ever get sick of it. So, bye George.
That is it for Comment Corner this week. We'll join me again next week here in Comment Corner to see the comments to this week's question of the week, which we're about to find out. Welcome back to this week's question of the week. This week's question of the week has been submitted by a friend of mine, Steezy Trina, over on Twitter. The question is, if you could be in a TV show for a month, what would it be? The only catch is being is you're only allowed to go where the characters appear on the show, and that the personality of the people are the characters and not the actors of the show. So, choose wisely. I mean, I would probably choose my favourite TV show at the moment, House, because I'd love to meet a grumpy doctor. And actually, no, on second thoughts, no, I wouldn't choose House, because I'd hate to be in a hospital constantly for a month with ill and sick and dead people, because that would be horrible. So I would probably pick How I Met Your Mother, Scrubs, or Skins, because I'm practically in Skins now anyway. Skins is a British show set in Bristol. That is it. That is it for this week's question of the week. Put your answer in the comments below, or leave a video response, and they will be played in next week's show over at Comment Corner. You can also request a question by adding those in the comments as well. And now you can request a question over on Twitter at JorjLim or #JLQOTW. You can do either of those before or after your tweet, and I'll receive them over on Twitter. That is it for this week's question of the week. I've been your host, George Lim, and before I go, I just want to leave you with another helpful tip. When cycling, avoid fridges. I'll see you guys later.